Let's talk about one of the most important questions in business, right? Are you actually getting a real return on your marketing dollars? Today, we are going to find the answer. You've probably heard this before. It's kind of the gold standard, right? A super simple, powerful rule that tells you if you're winning. But let's be real. For a lot of businesses out there, hitting this benchmark feels less like a strategy and, well, more like a complete fantasy.
You know the feeling. You pour money in, you pull the lever, and you just hope for a jackpot. And yes, sometimes you get a small win, but way too often, the money just vanishes. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone.
So this gets us to the absolute core of the problem we're talking about today. We call it slot machine marketing. It's this, reactive, hope-based approach that just burns through your budget and gives you totally unpredictable results.
And what's wild is how these things create this vicious cycle. You have wasted spend because you have unclear results. And the results are unclear because your channels are all disconnected and you're not even sure what KPIs to track. And all the while, your team is so bogged down with manual, repetitive tasks, they can't even begin to fix it. It's just this frustrating loop that's incredibly hard to break.
So, how do you break out of that loop? Well, the solution, it requires a pretty fundamental shift in how you think. We've got to stop treating marketing like a slot machine and start treating it like a strategic investment portfolio.
And this slide, it really lays it all out. On one side, you've got the guesswork and the wasted cash of the slot machine. But on the other, you have a data-driven strategy with smart, strategic allocation. See, the goal is no longer just doing marketing. It's about achieving a measurable and, most importantly, predictable return on your investment. This entire mindset is really built on one key principle: ROI-focused implementation. It's the idea that every single thing you do, every campaign you launch, every system you build, is designed with a clear business outcome in mind. Seriously, if you can't measure its value, you really have to ask yourself, why are we even doing this?
Okay, so that's the what and the why. But how do you actually build this thing? How do you create a marketing engine that gives you predictable returns instead of just, burning through cash?
Well, it really boils down to this three-step process. First, strategic planning, that's your foundation. Then, intelligent automation to scale everything up. And finally, continuous measurement, which lets you refine and optimize everything. Let's break each of those down. All right, let's start at the beginning, the foundation. Think about it. You would never build a house without a blueprint, right? So why would you spend a single marketing dollar without a strategic plan? This is where you actually define what success looks like before you even start. A solid plan is basically your decision-making framework. It's about making sure your marketing goals actually align with your big-picture business objectives. Like, if your company's goal is to break into a new market, then your entire marketing plan has to reflect that. It means doing deep analysis, mapping out the entire customer journey, and using real data to decide where every single dollar goes.
Okay, so you've got your strategic plan. Now what? How do you actually execute on that plan at scale without completely burning out your team? Well, this is where intelligent automation becomes your superpower. It is all about doing more, doing it faster, and with way more precision.
And the impact here is just massive. I'm talking about automating these complex lead nurturing sequences that deliver the absolute perfect message at the perfect time. We're talking using chatbots to handle customer service questions 24/7. We're streamlining internal operations, even using AI to speed up content creation. This frees up your best people to focus on what really matters, high-level strategy.
And finally, we get to the step that makes this whole system so smart: continuous measurement. An investment portfolio manager wouldn't just buy a bunch of stocks and then walk away, right? No. They monitor, they analyze, they rebalance constantly. Your marketing should be exactly the same.
But, and this is crucial, you have to track the right things. So yeah, this means monitoring technical stuff like core web vitals. Those are just Google's fancy terms for website speed and user experience. Because a slow website absolutely kills your conversions. It means obsessing over your funnel conversion rates so you can see the direct impact on revenue. And it means having crystal clear KPIs that give you a real-time snapshot of your business's health.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, I get it. But does this whole investment portfolio approach, does it actually deliver in the real world? Let's look at the proof.
So one e-commerce brand put a really simple but powerful marketing automation in place just to follow up on abandoned shopping carts. The result? They recovered $180,000. That's money that was literally about to walk out the door. Talk about a direct, measurable return.
And the returns go way beyond just direct revenue. I mean, look at these efficiency gains. A custom CRM system boosted sales productivity by 40%. Automated lead routing, it slashed response times by a massive 85%. And process automation cut down manual data entry by 80%. This is literally time and money being handed right back to the business.
Here's another powerful number for you. By systematically analyzing and optimizing their customer journey, an e-commerce business was able to increase its overall conversion rate by 42%. See, they didn't just get more traffic, they got so much more value from the traffic they already had.
And this quote, it really says it all. A financial services firm automated their onboarding. The result? They increased their capacity by 300% without adding any staff. And this is the incredible part. Their customer satisfaction scores actually went up by 40%. Now that is the definition of scalable growth. What's really encouraging is just how fast these investments can pay for themselves. We see process automation projects pay back in just 3 to 6 months. A SaaS company that more than doubled its conversion rate, they did it in 4 months. A full brand repositioning led to a 34% sales jump inside of a year. These are not long-shot bets. These are strategic investments with a predictable payback.
So all of this brings us right back to you. It is time for your own ROI reality check. It's time to look at your marketing spend and ask some really tough questions.
The big takeaway from all of this is actually pretty simple. It's time to stop pulling the lever on that slot machine and just hoping for the best. It's time to start building a diversified, data-driven, and resilient investment portfolio for your business's growth.
And that leaves us with one last and I think critical question. When you look at your marketing budget, what do you see? Do you see a cost center, a liability you're just trying to minimize? Or do you see your single greatest tool for creating predictable, sustainable, and profitable growth?